Gentlemen, welcome back to another product review. Today I am going to be reviewing a VanYulay Soap of the Gods soft soap coffee pumpkin latte shaving soap. I bought this from the VanYulay website, www.vanyulay.com. What you get here is 4 ounces of shave soap, 114 grams. The cost on this was $14.74, which comes to $3.69 per ounce. As you can see here, it comes in this pretty nice plastic screw top container, which has about a 3.5 inch opening on top, which I really like because it gives you some pretty good room to load the brush. Additionally, the soap isn't topped off in here, which I like. When the soap is topped off, you're trying to load your brush, you usually get suds, lather all over the place. This kind of contains it in here. Room to bloom, so to speak, although I don't think I would bloom this. There's plenty of space in here to load the brush up. Now, as you can see, the soap is apparently extruded into this container in what looks to be something on the order of like a pastry bag, like something you would use to decorate a cake with frosting or whatever. I'm going to assume that VanYulay is a little more high-tech than using a pastry bag. But in any case, what they do is it looks like this is extruded into the container until they reach the desired weight, in this case 4 ounces. But if you can see here, if you look all the way in there, you have these little voids and annular spaces in between these little star extrusions in there. So I am going to be particularly careful when I load my brush to do this upside down so I don't get water all up in there. Now the product itself is a crope. It is neither a hard soap nor is it a shave cream. So again, there's really no need to bloom this. It does load up pretty easily. I'm personally not a huge bloomer unless I'm using an extremely hard soap, something on the order of a Martin de Condré. That I will bloom just to soften it up a little bit. This, I really don't see the need in doing it. But if you are a habitual bloomer, because of the consistency of this soap, you can always take your thumb or the finger of your choice, and you could always, compact that product down into the container to eliminate those voids and annular spots. Now the scent on this is remarkably accurate. If I were standing in a gourmet coffee shop with someone who was undecided and I would wave this under their nose, they would want a pumpkin latte. This smells very authentic. So again, this is coffee pumpkin latte. 3 of the ingredients in here are coffee, pumpkin juice, and half and half. So this is the real deal. There's some actual ingredients going on in here. It does not smell like a bunch of chemicals that resemble something. This smells like a cup of pumpkin latte. It really does. A little bit of cinnamon on top. I mean, it just really, they did an amazing job of capturing the scent of this. The rest of the ingredients, I'm going to go through these here. It says made with pumpkin juice, stearic acid, palm stearic, coconut fatty acid, glycerin, potassium hydroxide, pumpkin puree, castor, tallow, coconut oils, kokum butter, calendula extracts, polyquats BTMS, half and half, sodium lactate, allantoin, which I think was a planet on the original Star Wars trilogy. I digress. Silica, coffee, bentonite clay, and fragrance. And again, the scent on this, another situation where I wish we had smell-o-vision, because this is a cup of coffee, a pumpkin latte, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of whipped cream. It's got the whole thing going on. In this shave, I am going to be using my Merkur 39C slant head. As you can see here, I'm going to hold the razor straight up. You can see the head on this is on a slant, hence the name slant head. Now the theory behind this is that instead of the blade coming straight across to cut the whisker, the blade is more on an angle, so you get more of a slicing effect. It is considered to be a more aggressive razor. I've been using this for almost a month, and this is rapidly becoming one of my favorite razors. I don't find it aggressive at all. As far as the blade goes for today's shave, I'm going to be using a PolSilver Super Iridium Extra Stainless. This is the second shave that I am doing with this blade. And again, to load the razor, this is a two-piece razor. You basically put the blade through on top of the threaded post, and you line it up with these two posts that are on the underside of the top piece of the razor. And then you put the top piece of the razor in that little hole, and in that shaft are the opposite threads. And what you do is you twist the bottom, which in turn twists that shaft onto the male threads, and it lowers or tightens the top piece. And again, every time I put a blade in every razor, you want to make sure that the blade is parallel with the edge of the top piece. I don't know if you can see it there. You do not want the blade to be in there cocked so it's sticking out on one side more than the other. Once I am satisfied that that blade is in there nice and properly, once I've eyeballed that, I snug it up, but not too hard. I'm going to re-wet the face. And we are going to start loading. My brush today is going to be the RazoRock Big Bruce Synthetic. This is a 26 by 63 millimeter knot. Again, I'm going to load this brush with the container inverted, so all the soap goes in the brush and not in those voids and annular spaces. Get a good load on here. And add just a touch of water. There we go. It is a nicely loaded brush. I'm going to add a few drops to it and begin my face lather. As soon as this hits your face, that aroma, that scent just pops out. Definitely smells like there's some sort of a cinnamon or something in here. It's a very, it has a spicy kind of scent to it. I guess I would consider this a seasonal soap. You know, this time of year, it's pumpkin everything. Pumpkin bread, pumpkin cake, pumpkin coffee, pumpkin brake pads. does not take long to build a good, rich, thick lather. It's very creamy. It really goes on nice. Really nice. And that smell. VanYulay or VanYulay. I'm not sure which it is. Cover all my bases. I don't know if that makes me always right or always wrong. Guess it depends on whether you're an optimist or a pessimist. Nice, nice lather. Very creamy. Dry my hands off. I'm gonna put the razor, the Merkur, in hot water. All right, show time. This is rapidly becoming one of my favorite razors. No pressure, and you can just feel it just mowing it down. So this is my Sunday shave. This is my gotta go back to work tomorrow Sunday shave. So Sundays I relax and I make this an event. I take my time. Now I know this is only my first pass, but I can tell the areas that I've shaved already here. Feels very smooth and it just feels good. And I know I've talked about this on previous videos. The Adam's apple is always a little area where you can nick it, cut it, or get a little bit of irritation because it's that little lump that sticks out on your throat. Two things that you can do is you can either pull that skin to the side and then shave it and do the same on this side. That will prevent you from cutting it. Another thing is you can swallow, but don't release the swallow. Hold it like this. When you release it, it pops back into place. It's kind of weird doing that at first, but you get used to it. I'm going to assume most of you guys understand RazoRock. And when your face is all contorted and you're trying to talk, it's RazoRock. Like trying to talk when you're at the dentist's office. How was your weekend? Yeah, I went fishing too. What? Very nice lather, thick and rich. Isn't that a country band? Thick and rich. Come into your city. But this is thick and rich. Okay. Dry off the hand. Second pass will be across the grain. So we're coming up to that Adam's apple again, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Oh, that's nice. In fact, what I'll do is I'll show you the first way, kind of moving it out of the way on the second pass. And then the third pass against the grain, I will show you that swallowing thing. So what you can do, see the way I pushed it off to both sides, you just kind of stretch it out of the way. My Adam's apple is still here, but the skin that's normally over it is here now. And then I do the same thing on this side. Oh, this really... This really feels nice, almost like there's moisturizer in it. And I guess there is, with all the ingredients and all that are in there. Third pass is going to be against the grain. Paint on a nice thin. You don't really need gobs and mountains and peaks of lather sticking out of your face. You just need enough on your skin to make that razor glide. Okay, pass number 3, bottoms up. Is the Adam's apple. I'm going to swallow and hold it. And release it. They both work. And that is all that matters. Sometimes I go back and I see some of the ridiculous faces that I make while I'm shaving, and I just crack up. It's like sometimes doing it around your chin. to put that Adam Sandler face on that I can't even do it now. That's it. That's some high quality H2O. Okay, that was pass number 3. Quick rinse. Feel this out. Wow. Barely need to do any cleanup on this. I'm going to pull the lather from the brush. There's still tons of lather here. And this lather, I don't know if you can see this or not, it's not real white. It almost looks like the type of the cream that you would pull right off the top of a cappuccino. So not only does this lather really well, it smells amazing. It even, you know, a little tiny weeper there. Wow. Very slick. Very slick. Do my final rinse. And again, I rinse with hot water to remove any lather residue, any of that film. And then I turn the cold on, warm it up a little bit, and I shut the hot, and as it's cooling off, I start to do my cold rinse. So I get the benefits of soap removal from the hot water, and I get the benefits of the pores closing from the cold water, without the shock of jumping in that cold pool. Now in some cases, I will use an alum block and apply that all over my face. Other cases I will use an aftershave. But this feels absolutely amazing and conditioned. So in lieu of aftershave and an alum bar, I'm going to go direct to the moisturizer. This is also a VanYulay product. This was a sample that I had ordered. It is an essential body lotion. Technically my face is part of my body, so I use it as a post shave. This is a lavender scent. It's a pretty thick cream. What I do, I mean, it doesn't run or anything. It's not liquidy like the Nivea is or anything. So what I will do is I will dampen one hand and then kind of work this between the two to kind of loosen it up a little bit, and then put it on. And this has an amazing lavender scent to it also. VanYulay, or VanYulay. I am a fan. I'm definitely a fan. And again, I've received zero compensation from any soap manufacturer, any razor manufacturer, any artisan company. Zero. I try these products out. In most cases, they're products that I use. They may be samples that I have purchased off their websites, but I'm a nobody, nothing. I call it like I see it. If there's a product that I do not like, you're gonna know about it. Like I said, a lot of these soaps, especially the majority of the soaps, they do provide a good cushioning, protective lather. There are very few soaps on the market that I think are difficult to lather. We'll save that for another video. But for today, I thank you again for joining me at Tony Saponi1. We'll be back with more product reviews, crazy experiments, tutorials, all kind of things coming up. So stay tuned. Have a happy Sunday.